My nails aren't that impressive right now. I had to cut them shorter.
Aww. I'm going with the clear vibe.
Ooh, I just got matte top coat.
That's nice
So
too.
yeah, they're still the same color, but it feels different. It looks slightly
matte is
different.
A different vibe. Hi, I'm Lana Vampana, and this is
Eruca Rose.
And this is Lunar Monday, and today we're talking about tarot cards and oracle cards. Yeah.
Yeah, get your list out.
Yeah.
I bet I can hide it.
Yeah.
No one, you can't see the list, but we have a list.
We have a list.
We have an outline that we may or may not follow.
Yeah, and it's just here, just in case we need it. We can talk about the difference between tarot and oracle, because there's a lot of questions about that, and I was a little confused at first too. But yeah, basically tarot is like a system. Rider-Waite-Smith.
There are a few other traditional systems that are also really well known, but I think most people know the word tarot.
Yeah.
I think that that's become like a very well-known universal term.
You've seen it in movies and shows. And...
So even if it's not the Rider-Waite tarot deck, sometimes people will use the word just as a general, overarching word. Where if I'm doing card readings, a lot of times I'm saying I'm just doing tarot readings because it's gonna let you know quick enough. But sometimes they are oracle decks that I'm using.
Yeah. And people are just like, cool. Yeah, and there's like pip decks, right? Where like the major arcana might have different artwork, but then like the Five of Swords might just be like five swords, like literally, or just whatever the artist and author their interpretation. Oracle decks, they're like a little bit more modern, I guess. There's no set system. The author can do whatever they want. They usually work with an artist, or if they're just super talented, they'll do the art and they'll author it too. Yeah, what do you prefer? Put you on the spot.
I was like, wait, what do I prefer with what?
Oh, do you like...
I don't like when they do their own artwork.
I see why you thought maybe that, but I just mean tarot or oracle. What do you... Or does it...
between tarot decks and oracle decks, I don't know if I have a big preference, but I do like them for their own reasons.
Yeah, do you like to mix them? Like do readings with both, they can inform.
And when I first started reading cards, I only did tarot because I think I was really wanting to know that system and nothing else, and I wanted to get good at just reading the tarot deck. Yeah, I think that expanding into oracle decks has really made my readings more enriching and almost simpler in a way too, or it adds a different layer to the reading that I wouldn't have gotten with the way I read tarot, but also more direct, because an oracle card might call something out literally, where it would have to be a nuanced part of the reading if it came through in a tarot card. So it can help emphasize different parts of the reading and make things more specific.
More clear. Yeah, I like oracle cards that have keywords on them.
Yeah, I do too.
So helpful because it's hard to memorize every oracle deck that you have. So sometimes you gotta read the book. But if there's a keyword there, you can just be oh, what's that?
Perfect. Some of the cards I've gotten now are literally a word or a phrase, and then just designs around it. The point of the card is the word or the phrase. I love all these shiny ones.
They're
Look on camera.
So shiny.
With the legs. It's the best.
Points.
So, for example, this Illuminator's Amulet Oracle deck has a phrase in the middle, and it's really just shiny, magical designs around the outside.
It looks really cool with the red and the rainbowy holographic. That's the word.
And the backs of the cards are really important to me. Or does that matter to you?
Yes.
It upsets me if it doesn't match the vibe. And I wish the Rider-Waite tarot deck, most of the prints of that have the blue and white.
Yeah, and it's just
on the back. I don't like it.
It's not a great vibe. I like the vibe.
The vibe is important.
Bring me the vibes. Oh yeah, and when you're mixing with Oracle and Tarot, they gotta look good next to each other. Gotta have like a similar aesthetic. They have to have like a common thread. It's just, yeah, that's just my preference because I like visual things.
Me too. When you lay out your cards, unless you have like a layout specifically that you're going for, like, do you feel where the card wants to be put down?
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. And sometimes it feels so funny to me.
You're just like, oh, this one goes there. Yeah.
But it makes a difference in the reading. Like it just does.
It does. We can talk about layouts too. There's simple like one card pull, obviously. Like it's just one card. But that might be good for like maybe a vibe of the day.
But some people will say, like, if you're a proficient reader, you should be able to get all you need from one card. But I think it's just people kind of like being jerks.
Gatekeeping.
Yeah. Like, sure, you should be able to pull a lot out of one card, but come on.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with pulling more cards. It's fine. You need to chill. It's my rant for you guys today. And sometimes I'll just use one.
Yeah, sometimes like 2 or 3 or 4 will shoot out, and I'm like, okay. All right, you had a lot to tell me. I just wanted one. So I like it when that happens.
Drop half the deck.
When you're reading for yourself, do you always have like a layout in mind that you want to do? No, it just kind of happens.
Yeah, it happens. I sometimes I feel like burdened by having too much of a plan for it. But every time I've done a reading that has like a preset spread, I have liked it. Like I do like it, but I just don't always feel like doing it that way.
If you want like to like do a specific thing, that can be really helpful. And I like a lot of like tarot decks and oracle decks have spreads that you can use. I don't know why I did that. Spreads. No, they're
spreads.
They have spreads.
Also I've done because for my subscription readings, I'll do the first one and kind of just wing it. And then I'll really like the layout I did. And since I try to keep I do like a theme every month. Like, oh, this is the type of reading we're getting for this month. And for next month, it'll be something else. But so the first one, I'll kind of come up with something and I'll be like, I really liked how this was. And so I'll lay out the rest of the readings that I do for that month the same way. So I kind of create my own spread.
I like that.
Unintentionally.
It just kind of works out.
Yeah, I want to do this one again.
Yeah.
I won't remember it forever, which is another thing I should maybe be writing down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've written down spreads for sure that I really liked. You can get super specific that way. So, if you are working with just a regular tarot deck, that's another way to get more specific, I think. Or if you're just throwing down cards and need more information, then you can reach for the oracle deck.
I also just get tired of reading the tarot sometimes, and I'm like, I just want to do oracle cards today.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, just want something different.
I can feel that too. And then, and each deck has a different kind of vibe.
Yes.
So you're like, I need this kind of vibe today. Oh yeah, I brought a few.
I want to see.
So this is an oracle deck. So I don't use this one for divination really. I've tried it and it's more of everything is just really positive. I mean, it is the white light oracle, but this is more of a healing deck. And what I like about this one is every card has a meditation that goes along with it.
That's really nice.
So it really is healing, and it has really good messages behind it, and the artwork is also so pretty.
It is really pretty.
So yeah,
it has a little bit of shiny going on. Are the cards shiny?
No,
they're matte.
They're actually pretty matte. But yeah, that's the back. A wolf, which I think is.
I like the wolves.
And then the artwork is so pretty. But yeah, and it also has different frequencies. This one is serif of 963 hertz. And so
that's so cool. You could
you can play it while you're doing the little meditation that goes along with it. But
that's perfect.
Yeah, these are just so pretty. I like the tiger. That's a good deck, but it's not one that I would reach for if I actually need answers. Because I've tried and it's like just very not.
It's not for that.
It's not for that.
This was one of my first few decks. So I just like it. It's always done good for me.
But yeah, you wouldn't necessarily look for answers.
Yeah, like this one is really great for anything that has to do with like getting on to your healing path or what's next on your healing journey. I do a lot of those type of readings or something you might want to focus on. But they're kind of like topic cards. Some of them are maybe a little more like answery, but most of them are like omens.
I like that card.
You know?
That's really pretty.
Omens, healing energy card, sacred space.
No.
I like a lot of the cards. It's just kind of the death
card. Let me show that one.
Yeah, show that one.
That one's really cool.
Mm-hmm. You always want a deck that's got shiny sides.
Yeah. I have a few. Yeah, this one, I'll show. This is my, what is it? Influence of the Angels Tarot. I got this one because I really like the artwork, but like this has been like a kind of a go-to deck ever since I got it. It's very honest. It can be brutal at times. I love the back of it, just like a simple. And then, yeah, it's got the shiny edges. And then, like, I love, like, the artwork is really pretty on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that looks like museum art.
I know. Well, some of it is. And they
like
just kind
modified.
of, like, yeah. She's cool. Yeah, that's 4
She's
pentacles.
cool.
Yeah.
She is.
This guy always, like, gets me.
Like Jesus looking at the cups
He's just
vibe.
Something about his expression. He's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just, it's an interesting vibe. Oh, this one's good, the Empress. Oh, and there's a little angel in every card too, so they're just like hanging out in the background usually. And I like the spreads in this book too. There's like have like advice angel and like different like spots. Like this is like, hold on, I have to like, it's really cool. It's, so one like represents like the querent, like who it's about. Second is the guardian angel. And then the ministering angel who like gives advice, the messenger angel who tells you what you need to hear, and then the querent after, like where it could go, I guess, if you follow the advice and stuff. So I've used that one a couple of times, and it's really good with this deck.
I like just shuffling.
Me too.
I've gotten in the habit of just talking and shuffling.
Yeah. It
feels really good.
It gives you something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm also putting energy into the cards. Maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like I'm
for sure.
vibing with them.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just be doing this and it'll shoot out a card and I'm just like, I don't even know what this is pertaining to. It just like apparently needed to talk to me.
Whenever I'm like just talking and shuffling like that and a card flies out, the card is usually about whatever I said when it flew out. Like
yes.
Can't remember what it was last night on my live stream. I was talking about like needing to not do something. I'm kind of like fudging the details here. But needing to put up like a wall. I don't know what I was saying, but then like a boundaries card flew out.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's always something like that.
Reaffirming.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I was talking about. Thank you. And you can use things that aren't meant to be tarot decks sometimes as tarot decks or as oracle decks. This one my friend got me is hot, sexy drinks.
I love it.
So I will use it as a card pull sometimes just for fun.
It sounds sexy.
But they are actually playing cards, which you can do cartomancy with playing cards as well, which is like it can be very different depending on the way you do it. So you can just pull a drink card. Like my vibe is Titanic Uplift right now.
Cool.
You might have more fun
Yeah,
with these since like you do drinks. Since you know more about mixed drinks.
I know.
You know definitely more than me. Like all of these drinks. They were so excited.
But I got fireworks, so that makes sense because they just exploded. Okay, yeah, so I wanted to show my my I wanted to show my Stranger Things deck.
This one's actually meant to be a deck.
Yeah, this is a deck. But this one is like this deck is kind of Pippi. The 5 of Strands.
That's cool.
Looks like that. So I kind of like Pip decks. I like them more when I pair it with Oracle. Because they are a little bit, they're more open to interpretation, which is nice. Here's the
yeah, the different pictures can add extra elements to the reading.
Yeah. Ace of Dice. That's one of the, I don't remember what dice stands for.
That is something that throws me off.
Yeah.
I really like the creativity in the naming, but I'm not going to remember all of them. Yeah, and then I got to go to the guidebook and be like, what does spokes mean again?
Yeah, Queen of Spokes. Yeah, the High Priestess, of course, is L.
I love that. Is that what a waffle?
Yeah,
there's a waffle.
There's a waffle. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is a waffle.
See how enjoyable this is? Like if you know the cards, you're like, oh my god.
And especially
look
like
at that
if
one.
You're like, there's some pretty niche-y like card decks out there. So if like you like TV shows, there's like Disney ones. There's like villains. There's the 2 of Spokes.
Which card do you use? Which deck do you use the most?
I have used this one the most. I've also I used the Southern Botanic Oracle.
Oh yeah.
A lot too. These pair pretty well together. They look good next to each other.
They do look really good together.
Yeah. Well, they both kind of have like a repeating pattern going on, and then the cards. What do you do with your whatever cards? I
don't know, and I feel bad, but sometimes I just want to throw them away.
I know, so I just
they get in the way.
I keep mine separate. Yeah, so this, I mean, it's helpful. It's just like general meanings, and this is like
those are more helpful than a lot of the ones I have.
Yeah, so I do keep these. I just keep them I separate them I put them on top of the guidebook, and then the other cards are
keep them apart.
Yeah, it's like Joker cards. Yeah, so. They have kind of similar vibes. Like there's flowers and.
Oh no! I was like, I can't help catch it. It was just out of my control.
Oh, I wish there was a better way to kind of do this. Kind of show different pairings.
You just have to struggle.
I'm just gonna struggle, and it'll be fine. Cute. Anyway, this is hard.
So you also keep your decks in the original boxes. Do you usually do that?
Yeah, because that's how I keep up with them. It's I know exactly what's in the box. I have one deck that has its own little pouch, but that's just because they were found and then given to me. And there's 6 cards missing out of it too, because it's a little special deck.
How do you pick out your new deck?
I just kind of I look at the artwork and see what I like. Sometimes I might see one on YouTube, someone using a deck, and I'm like, ooh,
I've gotten a bunch that way.
And then I'll figure out where I can get it, or sometimes I just go somewhere local, and then just I'm just I know I want a deck, even when I don't want a deck. I do.
I'll get an urge sometimes where I just feel like I need a new one. I don't know why.
And you'll know it when you see it.
That's exactly it. Other times it's I saw someone else use the deck and I was like, oh my god, I need it. It's calling to me from this reading. But I have a hard time going to the store and just looking because I want to actually see the cards. Sometimes the box is not at all like the cards, and then I'm upset.
A few weeks ago, because I was just curious.
How many do you have?
I have 39. So a good amount, and that's just within a year or so.
You went hard.
I did.
What
I've slowed down.
price range have you spent on decks? Because I think mine is like, the cheapest deck I've gotten was like $11. It was a Walmart deck, but I really like it. And then I think the most I've spent is probably like, well, actually, like $120.
Wow.
Actually, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think my most expensive deck was maybe $60.
Yeah.
So like half that, and then my cheapest, or it's not a nice word. My least expensive deck was, yeah, probably around $12, and I think that was like my tiny tarot.
Yeah.
The little BB ones. But yeah, like they can be expensive. I think usually around $25-$30 is. Well,
I think most.
Yeah,
well, most are going to be around that range, affordable.
This one was $55.
Yeah.
This actually was probably, yeah.
And you get the nicer box.
And it's
you
a
get
nice
the
box and like good card stock.
Definitely like a guidebook probably in there. Like you get.
Yeah,
you do get a little more for what you pay for.
Yeah. How do you like to cleanse your decks?
When I get them, I'll usually sage them. I just really like seeing the smoke.
Yeah.
And I'll say something to the effect of like, I'm going to cleanse this deck of any energy that does not belong to the deck and does not serve me to my highest and greatest good. Something like that. That's it. Even if it feels like something's stuck, I'll do the like knocking thing.
I knock
get
on
them
mine
out.
too.
Think about how many places this thing has probably been before it got to you. It makes you really want to cleanse it. Like, as much as I want to just like get started, I think like it's got to be printed and then boxed and shipped and all these random people touching it and like people even at the store just stocking it on the shelf or at the warehouse.
Energy.
Feels good to get a fresh take on it.
I've done a few different methods, like smoke. I think it's the easiest, but also just like I've put them in the windowsill, like moonlight kind of thing, like passive, super passive.
I like that.
Selenite, just a quick little.
I have tapped them over selenite.
And then yeah, a good little knock, get that energy off of there.
And I probably should say don't actually do this, but I will sometimes run them through my candle flame because I'll light a candle when I do a reading. As long as I'm quick enough, it's fine.
A quick little switch.
So right through the flame and then keep.
Don't do it.
But don't do that. It's not a safe thing to recommend for other people.
Okay, and then also I'll just put my light into it too. Just like soften my gaze and just like visualize like a white light. Just like
that even adds a little bit of energy to it. That's what I feel like the flame does. It like invigorates the cards just a little bit. Add a little fire to them.
Getting your energy
going. Wake them up.
When you're like reading for yourself, are you holding like your question in your head or when you're wanting something specific? Sometimes I'm just like, I just feel like pulling a card. But if I like want to know something specific,
I keep it,
hold it.
Yeah, so I'll keep it as the intention for why I'm pulling the card. And I think that they respond well to that. Like whatever the energy is, they're going to reflect it.
Sometimes I'll put the intention in my head while I'm putting my light in there. So like you have the whole energy thing going on. I love that shiny song.
Yeah, I think that they will reflect kind of whatever's going on. So like if I get distracted and I'm pulling cards, if I start thinking about like something random that happened earlier that day, like I will put it back if a card flies out, because I think that it's responding to the random thought, not what I'm actually pulling for. And I think sometimes that trips people up because they're like, oh, it flew out after I asked the question. I'm like, yeah, but what were you like thinking about when it came out?
Like, readings where like in the moment I thought it was about something completely like different, and then I'll look back like a couple weeks or a month later and I'm like, oh, like actually it was about like whatever this is.
Yeah, it's like you were worried about your nails, but your whole ship's about to hit an iceberg. Actually, like, hey, look over here.
Actually, redirect. We need to tell you this.
I need to tell you this. Like it's like you had a bigger, more important message in your inbox, something more urgent. Like I'll kind of refer to like the people's spiritual inbox sometimes. Like they have messages coming in that they're not reading.
I like that.
And sometimes I just feel like for certain people, I'm just chipping away at like messages that they have like stacked up like in their mailbox. Because I'll finish the reading and like I don't have time to do anymore, but I feel like there's more to say, like about a whole bunch of other topics. And I'm like, we're gonna have to check back in because I
pick up on this later.
We've been at this for an hour. We're done today.
Yeah.
But your inbox is full.
Yeah. We got 6 of Cups just now. What was I thinking about?
Yeah,
I was thinking about when I got a reading.
Like a memory.
I guess so. That makes sense. So yeah, sometimes
that one's really cute interpretation of that card.
Isn't it? It's really sweet, like childhood.
It's a sweet
memories.
Well-intentioned reading.
Absolutely.
What, did you get that one again?
I got 6 of Cups again.
What were you
thinking about my reading. I was thinking about
it again. And the same card came out. I love repeat cards. And if you have multiple decks out, you can get repeat cards.
Yeah.
Like if you use 2 tarot decks, or if you have oracle cards that have similar like themes or like cards in them. I'll get like the boundaries card from 2 oracle decks, and I'll get like a releasing, let go type of card from like all the decks in the same reading. Like it's like nice.
That is really nice.
You're like, well, all of these are saying the exact same thing, so
it's like highlighted.
Yes.
It's like underlined or something.
Decks can come in all shapes and sizes, so that's always fun to like mix it up. I think most of the ones you see are probably the traditional tarot cards, kind of the same general size, but I mean there's tons of mini decks like this one, and I've even seen ones like half this size.
Yeah.
I even have a circle card deck.
I love those.
These are really cool.
I have them too. And it's like I like the. Have you done the chakra layout with that one?
No.
It's really good.
Okay, I'll have to try that. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready whenever you are.
What message?
You pull first.
Do stalls want to hear? This one. So we have 9 of Wands.
9 of Wands. Kind of defending all of your victories you've already.
Yeah, it's
come
like
through.
It's just this dude who's just like...
He looks a little extra miserable in this deck.
He looks pretty miserable. It's like... I feel like he's not... He's being protective of this stuff, but like also it's like... It's giving me this vibe of like... Maybe it's not things that he's proud of.
Yeah, this feels like he's suffering.
Yeah, it's like not a fun card. Wands are intense. Like I think they're one of the most intense.
They're all fiery.
Yeah, they're really fiery. So this is like maybe like all the things you've done in the past. You're protective of that.
You're having to kind of stand by these things.
Yeah. And even if it's not like you're most proud. So see what I mean? Like this deck can get a little.
It really can. It's like owning up to things, taking responsibility for things that you've done.
And then the little angel.
Accountability. It kind of feels like accountability.
The angel in this one, he's a little darker, and he's like a little cherub.
For the affirmation deck, it says, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. And I think that gives him some hope.
It does.
In combination, I feel like there's a lot of life you have to move with. I mean, get through. I was going to try to like say it nicer. You said it the blunt way.
He's been through some
You got to get through some stuff, okay? But when you lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real.
So that's your positive look on that. I like that. It lightens it.
It does kind of lighten
little
it.
bit.
After you like tear them to pieces, then you can
I do
lift them up a little. If you liked talking about tarot cards with us today, go ahead and like this video,
Like your fan.
subscribe, follow on all of our platforms. Comment. Tell us which deck you have that is your favorite, because we're always looking for more decks. So please tell us which ones you like the most that you have.
I think that's it. Follow us. Like and subscribe. Stay creepy.
Bye.
Bye.